This is the last time is the favorite lie that most guys tell themselves when they're trying to quit porn. If you don't know me, my name is Krishna. I'm someone who quit his porn addiction after many years of struggling with it. And I'm just teaching the lessons that I personally learned along the way. And I make these videos so that you can quit too, and you don't have to suffer as much as I did. I remember when I first discovered NoFap, right? And every single time that I would relapse after I discovered NoFap, and I was like, you know what, I'm actually going to try and quit porn. I don't want to be addicted to this anymore. This is ruining my life. This is ruining my confidence. This is ruining my motivation, right? I found I would relapse the next day, right? The thing that I would constantly keep telling myself was, this is the last time I'm going to do it. I'm never going to do this again. And then guess what would happen? Guess what I'd end up doing? I'd end up doing it again. The next day, and the next day after that. This is the last time is the biggest lie I've ever heard when it comes to at least quitting porn addiction, right? A lot of people, they also say, oh, just one more time. I'm just going to do it one more time and then I'll quit. But that's never how that works. I used to say that to myself as well. I used to be, you know what, I'm just going to do it once more and then I'll finally quit. It never works like that. It never works, because if you really could quit, you wouldn't need one more fix. You would just stop right then and there if you weren't addicted to it, right? The very fact that you have to say that shows that there's a little bit of a problem happening here. There's a little bit of a discrepancy. Every relapse begins with a negotiation between yourself and the higher version of you, right? Because think about this, it's every time I would relapse, it was basically a mini battle going on inside my head. I'd be, okay, I want to feel pleasure. I'm really horny right now. I really want to feel this. It's like, I really want to do this. And then there's that other part of me, which is, this is not who you want to be. You remember what happened last time. It's, you don't want to be this person anymore. And the interesting thing is that punishment decreases in its effectiveness over time, right? Have you ever finished relapsing? Have you ever relapsed and be like, I'm never going to watch porn again. I'm never going to do this ever again. I feel this regret. You feel this mini existential crisis. You're contemplating your life's choices. You're like, I'm never going to do this ever again. And then the next day, you do it. Why? Because you don't remember the pain that you feel. You don't always remember the pain that you feel in the same intensity, right? Which is punishment decreases in its effectiveness over time. You're in that negotiation between the version of you right now and the higher version of you that you want to be. But the thing is that most of the time, the current version of you always wins, because the dopamine that you feel and the dopamine that you want, it hijacks the logic that you feel, right? You can intellectually understand that porn is bad for you. You can intellectually know it, but you want that dopamine, right? That dopamine, it throws logic out the window, right? This is one of the main reasons why a lot of people are addicted to things, right? Even though they might understand that consciously, yes, I intellectually and I logically understand that this is a net negative to my life, and they still do it, right? That's still a basis of addiction. And so the thing is that once you do these micro rationalization, these micro moments of, it's not that bad, I'll just do it one more time, this is the last time I'll do it, I promise, and then I'll quit, right? If you keep saying that, that has a compounding effect. I just want to relate this to one thing I'm thinking about, and then I'll bring it back. Both the strongest and the wisest man in the Bible, both of them, the strongest man and the wisest man, they both fell to lust. Both of them. Both of their lives got ruined by lust. Again, you can be religious, you cannot be religious. That's not the point of this video. But I think it's wise to think about, okay, if the Bible, which is this big religious book that a lot of people follow, right? And if a lot of people follow it, there might be some validity to it. You can think about it in that sense. But if the strongest man and the wisest man fell to lust, then Why are we, as just normal people, entertaining it even a little bit? Why are we rationalizing it even a little bit, right? The most disciplined man, the strongest man, he fell to it. It's this thing that you can't even let it enter your life, right? Because our brains have become sexualized because of the society that we live in, right? You need to decide who you want to be first, not after the relapse, not after the nut that you bust, right? You need to decide that identity first, not after. You already know who you want to be, right? You want to be this guy who's not addicted to porn, who's comfortable in himself, who's confident, right? Who loves himself, who respects himself. That version of you, choose him, start acting like him. What does he do? What is his mind like? How does he think? What are his values, right? Decide your identity first. The action step that I want you to take for this video is to write down this phrase, which says, I don't negotiate with urges. I just don't negotiate with them. And just tape it right above your desk. Because every single time you feel an urge and you see that, it's just a little reminder. It's an extra boost to that other side, which is like the higher version of you, which we should be listening to more. If you find that these free videos are helpful for you and you want the actual step-by-step system that I use to quit, you can click the link in the description down below. Hope this video helped you, man. Take care.